Imagine you're at the gym. You go there frequently and you do your normal workouts, right? Okay, and you've had this goal for a while to lose some weight, but you just can't find the time. You don't know exactly what to do. But you know the trainer there, Brad, he specializes in weight loss. And every once in a while, Brad will give you tips, and sometimes you take them, sometimes you don't, right? But then as you get to know him, he learns that you're trying to lose weight. And you learn that he specializes in losing weight. And so let's say now you've known him for 3 months, okay? The scene is set. You walk into the gym, run into Brad, and he looks at you and says, "Are you a 40 to 60-year-old male who's trying to lose weight?" In this lesson, we're going to learn to make sure that we never come off like Brad does to our audience, and we'll learn tactics Brad can use to nudge his customers to sign up for training with him. Now, gold is the last of the content pillars. This is end game, okay? While it's pretty simple, a lot of people tend to overcomplicate it. Remember, you can't talk to someone in all 3 stages of the customer journey at the same time. Some videos do. They introduce, they provide value, and they close the sale all in one transaction. They are absolute unicorns, and they're frequently accidental, okay? But for me, I intentionally create videos that are targeted at people who already follow me, they already know me, and they need to hear what I have to say to nudge them to buy. You see, because I've filled out my customer worksheet, the perfect customer worksheet we did at the beginning, I know what their fears are. I know what their motivations are. I know what's holding them back from purchasing today. And this is where I pull all of that out. It can be as simple as a year has gone by and you're still in your deadbeat job. It's time to break free from the rat race and start digital marketing. If I can do it, homeless with 3 kids and 2 jobs, then you can too. Or are you going to be able to speak Italian when you go this summer? What if you get lost? What if you fall in love? Every day you wait to start learning lowers the chance you'll be able to speak it this summer. I'll get you travel ready in 60 days, perfect for vacations in spring and summer. Stop waiting around and let's learn Italian. And there's a pretty repeatable framework for this one too, right? You have a hook that addresses a pain point or fear, like what if you get lost, or positive motivation, what if you fall in love, for their Italian example. Then, if you don't think you nailed it in the hook, which is common, keep speaking to that part of them that's afraid to move forward and remove their roadblocks with every thought or sentence you say. And then, call to action to either DM you or check your stand store, wherever your offer lives. Now, I want to be clear, and this goes for all of our videos. We do not want to say, if you're a struggling father of 3 kids and working too much and wish you could see them more, you gotta buy my course. Sometimes we make content like we're on a stage looking for participants for a magic show, okay? Sometimes we literally say, if you fit into this description, listen up. We don't want to call them out as if we're trying to get their attention from afar. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I've tried this for the sake of experimentation, and it works sometimes, but here's the key, okay? Let's use the digital marketing niche for people that want to make money online, okay? These consumers, these people with their phones are seeing you in the midst of their life. They're literally holding you in the palm of their hand while they're on break from that job or they don't make enough money, okay? They're there. They don't need you to remind them of that. They need you to say something that speaks to them as if you were already in the room with them, okay? Because let's say you're a teacher, and if I was in the room with you and I said, "Are you a teacher and not making enough money to pay your bills?" You'd be like, "Yeah, we're in the teacher's lounge. We're literally in the break room of the school that we both work at." Or, "Are you a stay-at-home mom looking to make money on the side while your baby naps?" She'd be like, "Yeah, I'm literally breastfeeding him right now, so also quiet down." Okay. Or Brad from earlier saying, "Are you a 40 to 60-year-old male who's looking to lose weight?" These people don't need to be hailed, okay? They don't need to be qualified. That's what TikTok's algorithm and our SEO practices are for. They need to be noticed and spoken to where they're at. So if I'm targeting a teacher, I'm gonna start the video as if I'm her coworker, right? Walking up to her at lunch, I'd say something like, "How much longer are you gonna try and survive off this salary?" Or, "I gotta be the only teacher you know who goes to Italy twice a year for fun. I literally just found out about digital marketing and now it's paying my bills." Because if we can get our targeting right, then we should be able to enter their world in the palm of their hand in the midst of their life. So we want to pick up the conversation there. And I do want to be clear, this is the best case scenario, right? When all of our systems are running smoothly and we've successfully trained TikTok on who our audience is. You could still technically use those hooks where you call out to your audience. Like I said before, I've definitely done it. I've said things like, "Are you sick of working your 9 to 5?" And it worked a lot of the time, right? But what I'm teaching you now is the advanced version, okay? So try both, okay? Both of them work. The one before where you're calling out to them, that works some of the time. But now that TikTok knows my audience, this new advanced version is working for me so well. So let's go back to Brad, okay? You see him at the gym, you run into each other and he says, "Dude, when are you gonna come train with me? We'll have that beer belly gone in 60 days. What's holding you back?" Then you probably have a dialogue with him, right? Conversation about what's holding you back. He'd eventually pitch you a meeting or an orientation session, something like that, right? Notice how he spoke to you like you already knew him. You're literally in the gym with him and he has the context of your weight loss goals. And this easily transfers to content, right? Let's say that the future client follows Brad on TikTok. He knows Brad helps people lose weight. He's downloaded Brad's free guide on quick dieting tips that are easy to implement, and he comments on Brad's videos frequently, right? Think of how out of place it would be for Brad to say, are you a 40 to 60-year-old male who's trying to lose weight, on a video that he's trying to sell? All right, so in sales, we focus on two different motivators. Let's dive into this. First one, focus on the goal itself, losing weight, okay? This works some of the time, and it really gets the low-hanging fruit of people ready to purchase. And since these people know us, we can come right out of the gate, right? Brad would be in his normal setting. So on his TikTok, he'd be in the gym, but he'd just look at the camera and say one of these lines, okay? Another year, another inch to your waistline. You ready to turn back time or what? Or my weight loss program is 50% off this week only. Promotional videos, they work great here because there's no reason to explain yourself, right? These videos are for current followers, people that already want your program, and they also work great for stories. We'll get into that later. Here's another one. Would you pay $100 today to hit your goal weight in June? Summer is 60 days away. My program will get you there just in time for bikini season. When are you going to start? So those just address the goal, okay? Now to take it a step further, we do the most effective form of sales and marketing, right? We sell the outcome. We say phrases that they can mentally insert themselves into, like, I ran a half marathon with my son this week and we've never felt closer. I hiked Mount Wanahakalugi with my buddies from college, and boy, it was good to get my heart pumping and keep up with the pack. Or, the way my partner looked at me today, I've never felt sexier naked. Right? You can be salesy. You can just talk as if people know everything about your offering. Now, I know I'm really going overboard here. I know I'm repeating myself. The key is to identify what is holding your potential customer back from buying, addressing it quickly, maybe add some FOMO in there, some social proof, right? Something like, you almost signed up last month, but you didn't. Jackie did, and she's lost 10 pounds and an inch off her waistline. And if you don't tackle your weight goals this year, it'll only get harder to shed the weight the heavier you become. We've got the fear of them getting further away from their goal of losing weight by getting heavier, right? We've got some social proof and FOMO with Jackie losing weight. And at the end, we bring it home with a quick call to action. Call to actions can be stupid simple, like, I've literally been waiting for you. When am I going to see you in there? Or, the best time to start will never come. Start today, give me a call. Or, you can keep growing the beer belly, or you can DM me and we'll get women drooling over you this summer, right? Now, I'm clearly not in the fitness niche, okay? So forgive me if those are a bit outdated, but it's really easy to visualize. So let's try the make money online niche. Let's do a couple of those. Let's focus on the low-hanging fruit, right? I had a lot of videos with the low-hanging fruit that focused on goals, not outcomes. And disclaimer, a lot of these are referring to a course called The Roadmap that I sold on my account that was in the digital marketing niche. It was a digital marketing course. I hope it gives you enough context for these, but if you aren't familiar with it, feel free to mentally replace the term roadmap with whatever product you're promoting, okay? So these hooks works for me. All of them actually led to a sale, and 2 of them are from other marketers that I really liked. So feel free to use these in your own style. If you want to be an affiliate marketer but don't want to show your face, here's where you start. Now I want to address someone's goal of being an affiliate marketer, obviously, not who they currently are, who they want to be, the goal. I finally found a side hustle I can do from home to replace my 9-to-5. The goal is replacing the 9-to-5, right? You want to get more followers? Here's what you want to do. Goal is getting more followers. After 2 months of selling the roadmap, I've made X amount. The goal is people who want to sell the roadmap and people who want to make X amount. In what started as a side hustle, I've replaced my 9-to-5 in 3 months. Goal of replacing 9-to-5. If I hadn't started my online business, I'd be terrified for 2024. If you don't start an online business this year, 2024, it'll be too late. Or, I didn't have any success in posting until I learned this one thing. That goal is obviously of successfully posting. Here's my secret to viral hooks that's gotten me thousands of views. I know you think I drink the roadmap juice, but I really don't think it has everything you need. This one was great, fear-based. This course that they're considering may not have the answer. You can easily finish the roadmap in 2 weeks. Here's exactly how much time it takes. Now this addresses the fear that they're never gonna finish it or it'll take too long. I told them in this video that it took 2 weeks. People on the fence bought it like crazy. So those did well. Those examples did well. They're not even great hooks, but they touch on the goal, not where the person is at. So it's not, are you a this, that, or the other? It's, do you want to be this, that, or the other? And those hooks brought in hundreds of sales and hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? They do work, but here are a couple outcome-oriented ones that work way faster. It's 2024 and you don't need to put in a 40-hour work week anymore. Outcome. I'm a 31-year-old male making $1,000 per day doing digital marketing, so I get to spend all day with my kids. I focused on who I am, and then I said their outcome, right? I quit my job to start digital marketing, and now I get to take my daughter to gymnastics. I just signed up to be an assistant coach for my son's t-ball team, and I never have to worry about missing one of his practices ever again. That one's my favorite one. It goes wildfire on the dads. Okay, so what do we do? What do we have? We've got a hook that addresses one of their pain points, fears, or goals as if they already know you and you're continuing a conversation from earlier. Then just keep speaking to the part of them that is afraid to move forward, right? And remove their roadblocks with every thought or sentence. And if you don't know what to say here, it's probably because you did not fill out your ideal customer worksheet, your perfect customer. I get all of my language from that worksheet. Now, this depends on the niche, but feel free to speak your mind here. Just don't lose their attention, okay? And then lastly, we had a call to action, which should always be pointing them towards the sale, the funnel, the landing page, wherever it is that you want to go. Make it simple, right? Follow me to lose 20 pounds in 60 days. DM me if you're interested. I respond to every DM and we'll chat there. Or when you're ready to finally do XYZ, go to my Stand store and buy it to get started. And you may say, oh, I don't want to be salesy. Fine, don't make sales, okay? People who have never heard of your product, they don't want to be sold to, but people on the fence need to be sold to. Okay, if you don't do it, somebody else will. So hook, speak to an outcome or fear that they feel heard enough to stop and listen. Motivate them by removing excuses and roadblocks, then call to action to buy. Now, this is where people mess up, okay? They start making these videos in each of these categories, grow, give, and gold. And when they start filming, they just go on autopilot. They forget everything I taught and they start adding other elements to make the post feel more complete, okay? No, grow, grab their attention, right? Try the somewhat viral strategies that get people in your niche to comment, like having something weird in your frame, saying something almost offensive or controversial. Give a reason for them to follow you, like giving advice or showing results. Get their attention, okay? Then give, build trust, okay? Don't force call to actions if you don't need to. Give value without asking anything in return. Teach, warn, save people time, build trust. And gold, remove the excuses, remove the roadblocks, and remind them that they can have XYZ if they take one more step. And I know I used fear a lot in those. That's actually something I did in the beginning that only worked some of the time. But now using motivational and positive language is the goal here. It works way better. Hype them up while making them feel like if they don't move, they'll be stuck forever in their current state. So I know this was a lot, but in short, here we go. Cast your fears away of being salesy, okay? Because when someone is on the edge of buying, they need a salesman or woman. There's a reason they exist, okay? They need someone to nudge them, and that's what this type of content is for, nothing else. Now, if you try to make a piece of content in the gold category right now, you probably won't want to post it. So just like the other videos, your homework is to craft 3 scripts. Okay, we're going to film them later in this course, but right now, take what I advised in this lesson and write down 3 short scripts for gold videos. Let's go make some sales.